Alright guys, so a few months ago, I think a month ago, I made a video on Wisteria with an in-depth review and kind of talking about the game and just my overall opinion with it. I thought, why not do it with Demon Slayer RPG 2, since I have played Demon Slayer RPG 2, I think a lot more than Wisteria. I think I would know a little bit more about that than Wisteria, and I think it'll be a good video. So in this video, we're going to be reviewing RPG 2, and we're going to be giving my opinions on it, on the four factors, or the four things that I actually reviewed in Wisteria also, which is the map, the core gameplay, the combat, and endgame. So if you guys like these type of videos, be sure to like and subscribe because it helps the channel out a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright guys, so before I start this video, it's going to be a player opinion with me kind of taking a break from the game 2 months ago. So this is going to be mostly about before update 1. I'll talk a bit about after update 1 because I've been playing the game a little bit here and there. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to start with the map / sound kind of. So first we're going to talk about the map, which is, you know, Demon Slayer inspiration, of course, with the Infinity Fortress and Butterfly Estate, and also Tanjiro's house, where you spawn in the first time you play the game, and you see like the grave of his family and all that. And yeah, the villagers in the game look really good, and the music, it fits the game really well. And especially the ranked game mode countdown, that's some good stuff. And also it has a really big map. Like, the game is really big, but I think that they make good use of all the space, and there's a lot of content in that, like in the space given to players. Like, there's Butterfly Estate, there's flowers you can pick, there's like trainers all around the map, and NPCs all around the map that you can fight. So it works for an RPG type of game, and I think that's gonna be about it for the map and / sound. Overall, I have to give it a 5 out of 5. It just works really well with the style of this game, the RPG type of style element, and I really enjoy the map. So let's move on to core gameplay next. Alright, so moving on to the core gameplay, it's honestly mostly just mission / quest, where you go kill mobs or deliver an item or get an item, retrieve an item, just like along those lines. But Higoshi is planning to add a lot more unique quests. He's been trying to, I think he kind of sneak peeked a little bit about adding like a crate quest or just something unique, and he's working on it. So yeah, expect a lot of that. And okay, level 200 is max, and I'm just gonna say this: if you haven't reached level 200, it does take a long time, and I do admit that I bounty farmed to get to max. I got to like 110 legitly, and then after that I bounty farmed. It was a mindless grind of samurais that I wasn't about to do, so I just hurried it up and bounty farmed and got to the same destination. So quests, they honestly start out really fun. From level 0 to 100, it's a really fun experience. Doing the quest with a buddy or with a squad, it's really fun. And yeah, you're kind of forced to repeat like daily quests after level 100. And yeah, or you can just mindlessly kill the samurais like I mentioned before. And yeah, the training, the gore training and all that's also really cool. I like how you have to train your body before you purchase the gourds, because I haven't seen that in any other game. In other games, it's usually just you reach a certain stat to get to basically unlock gourds, but in this game you actually have to train your body like specifically for gourds to get gourds and unlock it and improve your breathing. So yeah. Also, the breath and demon art requirements for like skills are really reasonable with what do you call it, with demons being level 140 for max and slayers being 170 for max. By max I mean like getting their last skill for their respective race. And next, let's move on to the community. This is honestly one of the big factors of the core gameplay, is the community. So if you just play the game and you're not in the Discord for either factions, the Slayer or a Demon faction, then you're missing out on a lot of content, a lot of stuff that you could be doing, such as rank up events, and just, it's really community driven. There's like rank up events, there's regular events where you just like, I forgot, there's like King of the Hill, there's a bunch of events, and it's actually like a live event with like actual people in a VIP server doing the event. So yeah, It's really fun, honestly. I participated in a few months ago, and it's pretty fun in my opinion, other than when you lose. But yeah, so the downside of these events is that they do fill up really quickly, since a VIP server is only limited to around, I think, less than 20 players. So yeah, it's hard to get into these rank up events and events, but I like the fact that they made it community driven and you rank up through like live events instead of having in-game type of rank up where you reach a certain stat and you get ranked up or something like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. All right, so next let's move on to combat. So before update 1, I believe the combat was really smooth, and after update 1, which is where we're at right now, I'm still getting used to combat. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of, there's a lot going on. That's the best way I can describe it. There's just a lot going on, so I definitely have to get used to it since I'm not used to this type of combat. But yeah, so there's a great diversity in moves, from demon arts to breathings. Like they just added Nakimi, I'm gonna call it Biwa. They added Biwa demon art, and the moves are they're unique. They're very unique. And let's say drum is also really unique, and they added a counter for flower. Like all those moves are really unique, and I like how Higoshi's working on adding these unique moves and not kind of using other breathings and just, I wouldn't say copy, but you know, all breathings are kind of the same, and like they have a little dash, they have this close range move and just all that. I like how Higoshi's adding like unique moves. So the next part of the combat is the ranked PvP game mode, which I do think is really fun. However, all the bugs and stuff, it takes away the fun factor for me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but the bugs really annoy me, where like I have to wait in a server because I killed someone with my 4th move, and then they're just stuck in the lobby and they just refuse to leave, and I have to leave, and it's just a really big waste of time. But other than that, the ranked is pretty fun. Also, another big part of the combat is, again, back to factions. In the respective faction discords, there's a lot of people trying to 1v1 all the time, trying to get better, and they're trying to improve like their perfect blocking mechanic. And I like how in the game you get rewarded for learning the perfect block, learning these skills and stuff. And it's really good because it helps, like perfect blocking helps decide the like fights and who wins in the higher ranks, and I really like that. So yeah, the combat is definitely not perfect, and personally I think I'm just a little biased, but I really enjoy the combat. And yeah, I'm talking about not a public server combat, because the ping there, like, it's not that good. The ping in public servers are like, they're subpar. But I'm talking about like VIP server combat and like ranked type of combat, where it's just a 1v1 with you and someone else, and possibly in your region. Alright, next let's move on to endgame. So endgame honestly is mostly just ranked and 1v1ing other people. That's like your only endgame, unless you're trying to create a bunch of alts and get different breathings and demon arts, which I don't know if I would recommend, because you have to grind all of them to level 200, or yeah, you just gotta grind them to level 200, and that's just not it for me. I'm not trying to grind alts to 200. Getting my own account to 200 was already like work, so I'm not trying to do that. But if you're trying to do that, hey, kudos to you. So endgame honestly I think is a little lacking, since from level 100 to 200 it becomes less of a story mode and it becomes more of a grind fest. But yeah, some people like that grind. I personally think that grind is, it's all right, it works, but it's not really that fun in my opinion. So the endgame PvP in my opinion is really good, and just a lot of ways you can get better and at doing things in PvP, such as like animation canceling, perfect blocking, and just knowing your opponent's moves and all that. So yeah, honestly really enjoy the endgame, and I would give it a 3 out of 5. To sum it up, I gave map/sound a 5 out of 5, core gameplay a 4 out of 5, and combat a 5 out of 5, and endgame a 3 out of 5. So I think overall that averages out to 4.25 over 5. So yeah, I can't wait for update 2. It's a really solid game, Demon Slayer RPG 2, and I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. And feel free to put your opinions and your scores in the description below. I'll be sure to check them out and put your opinions down there, and yeah, see how you guys think about the game. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and peace out guys.